Hi, so in this session, on the request of some students, I will briefly describe what is important to know amongst the different copper teas. Now, the first copper tea we'll discuss is copper tea 380A. So, see, copper tea 380A, please remember the important points are that it is available freely by the government of India, alright, and it has the longest duration of use. It can be used up till 10 years. Now, this and most of the other copper teas have a polyethylene frame and have a barium sulfate coating for X-ray opacity. So that's important to remember. And the number that is at 380A basically indicates the surface area of the copper wiring. So you have 314 millimeter square on the stem, vertical stem, and 66 millimeter square on the arms, 33 on each arm. It is inserted using a withdrawal technique, which I have described in one of my YouTube videos, so you can see that. So remember, these are the important points you need to remember. Remember 10 years, remember freely supplied by the government of India, remember the number 380, and A means it is on the arms also. So it's a vertical stem, and the horizontal stem also has copper 33 millimeter square on each arm. So this is copper tea 380A. The next important copper tea you should know is the multi-load. Okay, and remember, in the multi-load, the vertical stem only has copper wiring, and there are two multi-loads available. One is 250, one is 375, depending on the surface area of the copper wiring. The copper 375, that is multi-load 375, is now available by the government of India. So remember that. Also remember, it is available, it is for use for up to 5 years. After 5 years, the woman has to change the copper tea. Also remember, this is also inserted using the withdrawal technique, but it doesn't have a plunger. They are available in pre-loaded inserters, and there is no plunger compared to a copper tea 380A. So remember, the vertical stem looks like this. There are serrations, the horizontal stem has serrations, vertical stem has the copper wiring. There is no copper wiring on the horizontal stems in a multi-load. Next is the copper tea 200. This used to be available freely available by the government of India, but its supply has been stopped after 380A was introduced. So it is no longer supplied by the government of India. Important to remember, it has copper only on the vertical stem. How much? Because it is 200, so 200 millimeter square. It has the shortest lifespan of 3 years. Okay, so remember, copper tea 200, also called as gynae tea, no longer supplied by government of India. 200 means that is the surface area and has a lifespan of 3 years. It is only on the vertical stem because there is no A. So whenever A is there, that means it is also on the arms. That is the horizontal stem also has copper on it. Okay, so the next copper tea is the copper 7. This also is not available in India. It used to be available by the name of Gravigard, and as you can see, it is in the shape of the number 7. Okay, this also is the same as copper tea 200, has the same amount of copper, 200 millimeter square, and the same as copper tea 200. It also has a lifespan of 3 years. So the least lifespan is copper 7 and copper tea 200. Remember it because they are shorter than the other names. Multi-load is 5 years, and copper tea 388 has the longest name, so it is 10 years. That's an easy way to remember this. So these are the 4 copper teas, and last, just to complete the list, and because it can come in your exam, is something called a gynae fix. Now gynae fix is important to remember because it is a frameless intrauterine device. Frameless means it doesn't have this polyethylene frame or plastic frame. It is the copper wiring is on a non-biodegradable monofilament surgical thread which has a knot at one end, and that knot basically goes and embeds in the myometrium, so it doesn't come out easily. So it has the least expulsion rate. So remember, it is frameless, it has least expulsion rate because the upper end gets embedded inside the uterine cavity, and it is on a non-biodegradable monofilament surgical thread. So this is the gynae fix. Okay, so frameless, remember that. Now, so copper tea 380A, multi-load, CUT 200, copper 7 and gynae fix are what you need to know.